Morphing! Mighty Action Joker! Don't worry about this, I'm Snuggy. I'm a Snuggy boy.
I'm so comfortable.
In the Jack Move video, I was heavily alluding to the idea that today would be a Power Rangers video, which obviously isn't the case. Though, trust me, that's gonna happen at some point. The game we'll be going over today is Bloody Roar Primal Fury for the GameCube, which is a fighting game where you morph into animals. Yeah, that's the morphing sequence I was referring to. Aren't jokes funnier after you explain them? Today's game is going to be a bit different in terms of coverage, because unlike the other games, I have nostalgic ties towards this one. That being said, my intent for this video is to see if we should get a new Bloody Roar title. Also, my footage kinda didn't end up working out, so I'm going to be using Bloody Roar footage from The Innocent Sinful, and how I use their footage should fall under fair use. Hopefully. The playlist for the Bloody Roar footage will be in the link in the description, as well as the channel link. Now, let's see if we can handle another furry fighting game in 2019. I promise that's gonna be the only time I bring up furries. At least in this video. God, this is a good intro. And title song. It gives me that same good feeling when the Tekken Tag opening plays. Before we go deep into this game, keep in mind that I'll only be covering Primal Fury in this video, because frankly, I hadn't played any of the other titles. There apparently was an Xbox version of Primal Fury called Extreme, and title sequence gets a no. It's similar to how the Simpsons game had animated cutscenes while the DS version had that. But forget about all that. Look, whether or not you've played or have even heard of this game, you can't deny that the music is great. And some people to this day use some of these tracks in their videos. Here's a fun little game to play while watching the video. If you've heard the track before, or it feels familiar, timestamp it in the comments. That way you'll always be able to refer back to it here when/if you ever forget it, and you'll know where it came from. Most of these matches will be done in regular arcade mode since I don't have any friends to play multiplayer with. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Whenever you choose a character, you are introduced to this text regarding their drives and reasons as to why they fight and what purpose they have in their own story. And I don't care. My mentality towards fighting games is, I don't care for its story or plot. In fact, here's what I can tell you about the story. People turn into animals, they fight, hilarity ensues. That's it. Moving on to the next section. In terms of gameplay, it's a 3D fighter where you can mindlessly mash buttons in an attempt to look cool online and towards your friends, while also secretly being a very in-depth game that will take time to master. Wait. The game has a lot of button strings, meaning buttons can result into more buttons and special moves. The main difference to this game is the fact that you have a beast form, which you can access when you get this bar here full. It gives you access to the rest of the moves you couldn't do as a human, you're stronger, and can recover some of your health as well. You also have a Hyper Beast form that basically can turn you into one giant threat if used correctly, and you don't even need to enter your beast form first to become a Hyper Viper Beast. Every character has a different beast form, thus creating an interesting roster of characters, such as Rabbit, Mole, Chameleon, Phoenix, and a penguin somehow French, Lion, Elephant, Iron Mole, Chinese Tiger, White Tiger, Leopard, Insect, Chimera, Half-Beast Unborn. There are probably some super technical aspects to the game, but I don't know much about it speaking as a casual player, so there isn't much I can add to this. As far as I'm concerned, this game is still fun to play, even to this day, bars. If I had friends to play this with, we'd have a blast like we normally do. However, whether or not it can become resurrected in 2019? Here's the thing. Fighting games are a niche genre as it is. Creating an even more niche fighting game from an already niche genre could result in not enough sales and be considered a quote-unquote failed project, even if the game is good. A sad example is how Fighting EX Layer was what everyone wanted, but no one bought. Even after the game had announced cool additions to the game, such as Terry Bogard, who they decided to make a boy for some reason, but whatever. If a Bloody Roar title were to be announced in 2019, odds are it'd look as good as most of the 3D fighters we got now, and would probably play the same as it's been, with some modern takes on mechanics that we've now grown accustomed to. Oh god, can you imagine Bloody Roar in the style of Tekken? That'd be insane! That being said, if Unist, a fighting game by French bred that practically had no money, where its predecessors, such as Melty Blood, had matches in the most random locations, they fought in a bathroom, can be main stage, it's safe to say that its initial start could be slow, but if the fans are still here and are around to support it with tournaments and events, it'll slowly grow, and could possibly be main stage as well, or at least known enough to still be played regardless of the year. Tatsunoko vs Capcom still has tournaments. I'd be totally down for a new Bloody Roar title, and I believe it has the potential to last in the FGC, considering that it'd be treated as a game that fans are familiar with and down to play. Then when it's at tournaments, spectators can gain an increase, thus increasing sales, thus increasing heads, thus taking us to wherever we could go from there. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more content that I will create. But there, comment below if you want another Bloody Roar title and why. Be seeing ya.